I'll start sharing my screen and stuff. So let me share my screen in a second. Hey guys, welcome to another dev community. I know last week, I hope you missed us. We missed you guys. But I guess it was a good little break, and now we're back. And we're working on projects, which we will tell you about today. And I think you guys will like it, but we got to see how it goes because we don't have we have a couple weeks, but we can do it. And yeah, let me share my screen. We have a PowerPoint made for you guys. And feel free, ask questions like always. You guys know this. And let me know. Can you guys see the screen fine?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay, so first, developer log. Yes, we are doing a log, very short one, but it's a log anyways. Of course, David, myself. Those are our Discord tags. In case you don't know them yet, feel free to reach out. And so, what are we making? Before I can answer that question, you might be a little bit hyped for this, but we first have to go back a little bit. How did we come up with this idea? As you see, very beautiful paint. That's how all ideas come up. We're not wasting paper over here. Maybe if we were in person, but so we just made. This was literally what we made. We made what's the project? I'm trying to brainstorm a little bit. We know we wanted to go into NLP specifically because we've already done images, and NLP is a little bit easier to process sometimes rather than images, because less memory and so on. I mean, Daniel knows, but yeah, we decided we like NLP. There's really a lot of things that we can do with it. So why not go into it? Started thinking of some project ideas, and we thought, okay, so let's list a few, and let's see which ones sound good, which ones sound boring, and we came up with 3 of them. So we have sentiment. We're not doing all 3. I can tell you that, but we have sentiment/mood detection using BERT, probably. Poem generator, probably MC or BERT. That's kind of what we were thinking, what kind of tool we were going to use. And we also thought about a code generator, which is using Python. So you'd have almost like where you put in you type in blue button that says login. Excuse me, blue button that says login, right? Something like that where it takes the speech and turns it into actual code. And yeah, that would be some kind of other Muppet transformer, like BERT. So yeah, there's BERT everywhere. But what do you guys think that we picked? And hopefully you guys will go on the one that we picked. Or, we don't want to disappoint. But all of them are really interesting. So I think either way will be good. So
sentiment.
Sentiment. Okay. We got a guess for sentiment from Danny. What else? In the chat, speak out loud. Whatever you guys want. Sentiment. Okay, David says sentiment too. Right now, sentiment is getting some hype. So I'll give you guys like 5 more seconds. Put it in the chat. Alex says sentiment too. They're really about that sentiment, David. Now, let's hope our project was sentiment. But let's see. We can't tell you yet. Still nothing. Still nothing yet. But we're almost there. On this slide, I promise you, I will tell you what our project is. We first have to talk a little bit about what NLP is. So it's short for natural language processing. And as you see, I listed a few examples. We have machine translation, and this is a very big one. So you'd have language translation, where you can take Japanese and transfer it into English into German. And this is very important because using AI is specifically good. You can't it's difficult to create an algorithm because it won't adapt very well to how language is, because it's just flexible and it's pretty nuanced. And then we have information retrieval. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. I mean, all of these are pretty self-explanatory, but um, they're all very important. We have sentiment analysis, which I saw you guys were hyped about. So let me explain that one in case you don't know. So we're taking some sentences or some text and trying to determine the sentiment. Normally you have sentiment like positive, negative, or neutral. So yeah, that's sentiment analysis. Information extraction. Again, you're taking information and maybe you want to scrape something, or you want to get something specific from. So one of the things actually is you could get, if you want specifically sentiment, you're getting the sentiment from your text, extracting it maybe to use it in another case. And question answering. In this example they use, when was Apollo sent to space, which is first flight is February 26th, 1966. So there you go. You at least you learned something from this workshop. And so, of course, you can use NLP for human answering. If you're typing into Google, and you to kind of understand what you're going at. And of course, their algorithm is super complex. I don't even know where to go. But then he said, scraping and organizing the data extremely important for sentiment. Very true. Very true. I mean, yeah, because especially you're feeding it into a model, right? You want to make sure that you're feeding in good information, or else with language it's difficult because of it's not easy for a machine to understand without really concrete, well organized data, and a lot of training. But yeah, so what are we doing now? I will tell you. You guys guessed right, actually, which is really, really good. Because, can you imagine we did like poem generator? You guys weren't hyped up for it, but we are going to do sentiment analysis just because we thought it was a really good idea. We talked to the core team about it. They kind of liked it. And I think it's a lot of fun and should be doable in the next few weeks. Right, David? Yeah, we can do it.
Absolutely.
Nice, nice. Okay, and yeah, David, go ahead. Tell us all about it. You did, Danny.
So, as Hermes mentioned before, sentiment analysis, aka opinion mining, is a natural language processing technique used to determine whether data is positive, negative, or neutral. Sentiment analysis is often performed on textual data, but it can also be used on other stuff. We're not going to do that though. To help businesses monitor brand and product sentiment and customer feedback and understand customer needs. And like I said, you usually see this in businesses. They want to know how the people feel about their brand, but you can also see it in like movie reviews. Some people use it for movie reviews. Other people use it to gauge like feedback on social media. And we're gonna use it. I don't really know right now. I think we're gonna use it for just some random text for now, or user given text, since we're trying to deploy it. We'll see. Next slide. So what tools are available for us to use in terms of creating this thing, this sentiment analysis? We have LSTM, which we went over, which is a very good natural language processing tool. We have BERT, which is the Google's transformer, which is very good with natural language processing. And we have the natural language toolkit from Python, very good as well. We're probably going to go with BERT since it's a more established natural language processing tool, as well as really good for sentiment analysis.
By the way, David, so Bert, like the Muppets, is that a coincidence or?
Oh no, Google has an entire line of Muppet Transformers. They have Bert, they have Elmo, they might have Bernie too. I don't know. Maybe in the future.
That's scary.
Yeah, yeah, no, pretty cool.
Right, next slide. Big Bird. I think they're going for one word. So maybe B-Bird. So future plans. This is what we're gonna try to do in our next devlogs. We're gonna look into pre-trained models. Because we're gonna be building this along. That's why it's called devlogs. We're gonna clean the data, which is most likely needed. The data, we're probably gonna get it from Project Gutenberg or movie reviews with negative and positive reviews, or maybe even Kaggle. Kaggle has a lot of good data sets for NLP. We're gonna find an exact model architecture. We're using BERT, so this is gonna be very easy since it's already there for us. And then we're gonna try to deploy it on the website. For now, we're thinking about using Flask to deploy it, but it might change in the future. But for now, we're thinking about Flask.
Yeah, I want to say so. As you see, we this is a shorter workshop, you know, because right now we're in the foundations and everything. But definitely, if you guys have, you know, feedback or any suggestions, send them out to us. We'll think about if we can include it or not. But either way, you know, it always helps out.
I mean, definitely, if this project is meant for you guys to put it on your resumes. So if you want to like share an idea, we can probably put it to good use, and maybe we could help you actually put your own touch into your project, because we're thinking about letting you guys duplicate this project.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And
can I say a quick point real quick?
Yeah, yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
I was actually going to say, so literally yesterday I was in an interview for FIU research. So basically they're trying, I think I'm going to get hired as a undergraduate researcher, specifically because they saw my experience with the NLP project I did during SparkDev. So don't underestimate how good this project could look on your resume, guys, especially if you want to go into this stuff.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. NLP is a very developing what do I call it, branch of AI, and a lot of people are definitely going into research in it. BERT is a relatively new transformer, and these Muppet Transformers Google's making, they're like less than a decade old.
Yeah.
Less than 2 decades old.
Yeah, and let us know, Danny, when you get that research position, you know, we gotta clap it up for you, man.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so anything to add, David, on this slide?
I mean, I got nothing, but if,
Yeah.
like I said, if you don't want to make your idea public, just send us on DM on Discord. No problem.
Sure.
So what's next? We're going to have our second developer log. Like we said before, we're going to be looking at the pre-trained models. We're going to be looking at data. And we'll probably share it with you, show you how we clean it. And then if you want, which we really encourage, is that you duplicate the process, maybe add your own data inside of our Deep Note project, which is where we're going to be doing it, and follow along with us.
For sure. And on an unrelated note, I was going to say that we are working on the GitHub. It's almost ready, but we don't want to give it to you guys yet, and like it's under production. You know, we want to give it to you ready. You know, just fixing the README, trying to organize things so that you guys can see all the previous weeks and so on. And we will be including this, you know, on there. So look out for it.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming. like I just said, if you want to have your idea on the project, or you have your own idea that you want to add to the project on your own, let us know and we can help you.
For sure. We're always here to help. And yeah, short meeting, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And next week, hopefully we have more things to show you, kind of further into what we're going, or the week after that. So yeah.
Very cool, guys. I'm excited to see how the NLP comes out. I can't wait.
Thank you, Danny. Even though sentiment analysis is the lamest one of that list, I want to show.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Really?
Yes, bro. Bro, it's so generic, bro. I asked the core team for their advice, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sentiment, bro. That's the lamest one, bro. Code generation, yo, that's hype."
All right. You can call it lame after you get it to be 95% accurate. I want to see that. Bro. No less than.
Bet, even though I don't think there's a way to measure accuracy on user data, but we'll see.
If you could figure out a way to cross-validate, then maybe.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I just don't know how it's gonna work with, like, if someone puts in, "I like watermelons." Positive, neutral?
Be neutral.
I don't know.
Awesome. I can't wait for you guys. It's gonna be awesome.
Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, guys. We'll see you on the next meeting.